Jirra jirtu hordoftonni KOOKEEF-TUBE akkam jirtu bakka jirtanitti dhageenyi isin akka qabu jecha kaleessa exitexam kan bara 2016 hojjechaa turre paartii 12ffaatiin har'a paartii 13ffaatiin gaafii 51 farra kana gaafii 51ffaan if G2 supervisor rate her performance low on scale getting along well with others and the quality of work which are most likely affected G2's performance appraisal jada an halo effect da ban leniency da chan central tendency dan stereotyping jeda ega gaafichi maal jeda G2 ni supervisor isheetini performance ishee low saataw malee garuu G2 sirnaan hojjetteerti wanti ishin hojjette mo quality qaba namichi kun yookaan supervisorin G2 kuni osoma ishin dandeessu qabxii ishee gadi buusuudhaan kennuun isaa maal jedhamaadha so halo effect leniency effect central tendency stereotype jedha so it's exactly halo effect jechuudha so yeroo tokko tokko supervisorin akkasumaan nu laale yoo itti tolu baanne qabxii keenya gadi buusee nu kennuu danda'a jechuudha kanaaf osoma nuti dandeenyu qabxiin taane gaafa nuuf kennamu ideyaan supervisorichi suni rakkoon inni qabu halo effect jedhama jechuudha halo effect jedhama jechuudha inni bira the future demand for the company's product is not decided by the current market share and the profitability level there is a fluctuation of demand forcing the organization to reduce workforce temporarily such an issue is called dismissal employee layoff employee punishments employee retirement egaa dhabbani tokko tokko akkuma beekamu gara fuulduraa maaltu isaa mudata kan jedhu hin beekamu sababan taaneen hojjettoota isaa yeroodhaaf maal gochuu danda'a gaggeessuu danda'a so taateen akkasii maal jedhamaadha so it is exactly an employee layoff jedha an employee layoff jennee yaamuu dandeenya gaafin itti aanu what composes literature review in research proposal maal jechuudha literature review maal faa compose gochuuf nu fayyada data collected in the study da researcher on finding da researcher methodology da summary of previous research on the topic jedha kanaaf inni kun sirriidha jechuudha so literature review irratti yeroo baay'ee wanni argannu maa inni researchota asin dura hojjetaman isaan irraa data generate goona jechuudha so gaappii identify gochuudhaaf nu fayyada jechuudha inni kun gaafin itti aanu the growth strategy involving marketing or selling a new products to a new market at the same time jedhama so the growth strategy involving marketing or selling of new products in a new market at the same time so product development product market penetration market development diversification jedha so inni kun obviously gara diversification itti deema jechuudha gaafin itti aanu an ABC company assume an ABC corporation preferred stock is selling of per 25 per share today and decided $3 per share now assume you are a potential buyer of an ABC preferred stock so you want to find the expected annual percentage or percent yield on your investment so calculate the yield there so yield is equal to as you know selling price divided by number of dividend per share one thing so so share divided for stock selling kana jechuun 3 divided for 25 jechuudha so sadi hiruu 25 jechuun asitti 0 kennina so 0 point jenne tokko sana booda 25 shantunaafaa shanitti immoo 0 gaafa kenninu 55 lama jechuudha so 0 point wantu kan jedhu kuni sirriidha jechuudha if the company has a market leadership positioning objective the marketing strategy must be higher price lower price flexible price as low as possible Look, if your company is the market leadership positioning objective, this marketing strategy must be higher price ta'uu qaba jechuudha. Maaliif higher price product qabu kagatii guddaa qabu gaafa binnu productiin keenya imagine isaa magaalaa sana keessatti fudhatama guddaa argata waan ta'eef jechuudha. Inni biraa, if you intend to manage a multi-divisional firm's portfolio of a business by examining the relative market share and the industry growth for each division relative to the other division in the organization, you may have to use a blank matrix, space matrix, BCG matrix, the so-called Bolton matrix, SWOT matrix, internal, external matrix. So, if you intend to manage multi-divisional firm's portfolio of the business by examining a relative market share and the industry growth, it is called the so-called Bolton consultancy group matrix. So, BCG matrix. All are the ways manager used to measure the outcome of human resource management except attraction of employees, high performance, attendance and retention, employee turnover. All of the following uses to measure the outcome of human resource management except attraction of employees, attendance and retention kuni nita. So outcome of human resource, employee turnover nita, attraction of employee nita, high performance kan jedhu kun cannot be included under the outcome. Outcome jalatti hirramadamu jechuudha. Laissez-faire leadership style should not be used when staff are highly skilled and educated. Staff have a drive to do their task successfully on their own. Staff feel insecure at the unavailability of manager. The outside expertise used jedha kanaaf laissez-faire leadership style fayyadamuu kan hin dandeenye yoomi jedha. So staffiin if they feel insecurity, yes, at the unavailability of manager, so you can use the so-called laissez-faire style fayyadamna jechuudha. In international media strategy, blank implies a number of people who are collectively exposed to different media like press, television, cinema, and the radio availability in the country. So, what is this scenario or what this implies? Yes, media strategy. A large number of people collectively exposed to media kana press ta'uu danda'a, television ta'uu danda'a, cinema ta'uu danda'a, radio ta'uu danda'a. Large short coverage jechuudha. So media coverage jennaani mediaan large coverage gaafa argatu uummata keessatti odeeffannoon akka tamsaa'u taasisu jechuudha. So it is media coverage. If you face the situations that require semi-structured and unstructured decision making, which type of information system would you use to undertake the decision making process? So, inni kun MIS dha, management information system kanaaf maal jedha? If you face that require semi-structured or unstructured decision making, which type of information system would be used to undertake this decision making process? Executive information system, decision support system, management information system, transactional processing system. So, decision support system, DSS is a operation research is useful in managerial decision making because offer a systematic and a quantitative approach to decision making. Here is a quantitative. Helps manager make a decision based on the personal judgment. Kunis hinta'u personal judgment in barbaachisu. Eliminate the need of human judgment in decision jedha. Kunis kunfuma waan ta'u miti. Provide intuitive kunis waan ta'u miti. Kanaaf answer must be A jechuudha. Gaaffiin itti aanu, which of the following is true about the projects in the program? So projects have a broader objectives than program jedha. Projects are large in scope than program jedha. Isaan lachuutu reverse of each other ta'uu qabu. Projects are one shots while program are ongoing. Projects have a significant number of diverse stockholder than projects jedha. Kanaaf project in the program ilaalchisee inni kun garagaleera. Maaliif project is larger and the project is program is larger and the program is broader jechuu sila dandeenyuuf jechuudha. Caan project are one shot while program are ongoing jedha inni kun sirriidha. Project have significant number of diverse stakeholder than program jedha. So the most important answer is C. Gaafin itti aanu, based on the so-called Rummel's criteria for evaluation strategy, a strategy must provide for a creation and the maintenance of a competitive advantage in selected area of the activity. This termed as jedha. So based on Rummel's criteria for evaluation of strategy must provide for the creation and the maintenance of the competitive advantage. So this is termed as consistency, flexibility, advantage. So it's advantage. All are hot stove approach to discipline except counseling, B, immediate burn, warning system, consistency. So hot stove approach of discipline gaafa jennu egaa rakkoon gaafa uumamu kallattii mangara adabbitti gaafa seenamu jechuudha. Kanaaf counseling, immediate burning kan jedhu as jalatti ramadama, warning in consistency kan bi'a as jalatti ramadama. So the answer is counseling kan jedhu kuni adda jechuudha. You obtained relevant information in your life. You asked what implication the information has for decision and action. The method you have to use to change information into knowledge is called consequences, conversation, connection and comparison. Kanaaf sirriitti ilaala. If you obtained relevant information in your life and you are asked to what implication of that information for decision and action. So such type of change is known as connection. So the method used to have changed information into knowledge is known as connection. Gaafin itti aanu, a researcher conducting a study on determinant of customer buying behavior toward product X. Then the order sample by decreasing order of purchase volume high to low volume to select the sample using systematic sampling. How the first element selected from the sampling frame. So amma researcheriin kun maal hojjechuu barbaade? Customer buying behavior toward product X kan adda baasuu barbaade jechuudha. Kanaaf maal godhe? Sample isaa based on their purchase volume and the high to low volume select gochuu barbaade jechuudha. Kanaaf steepii jalqaba irratti kan fayyadamu kamidha? What the first element selected from the sampling? It is the middle element in the list. It is the last element in the list. It's always the first element in the list. It is chosen randomly. So the answer must be randomly selection. From the management principle of high goals, one is spirit de corpus. What is the central point of spirit de corpus? Principle in Kumaljet. A. Employee must be encouraged to think through and implement the plan for action. B. Workers should be paid a fair wage for their service. C. The principle states that the union is strength and the promoting team the spirit will give the organization sense of unity. Manager should be friendly and fair to their subordinate. So, according to Henry Fayol, spirit de corpus jechuun maal jechuudha kan jedhuudha kan nuti as keessa filachuu dandeenyu jechuudha. So caa kana yoo ilaaltan the principle state that union is strength, tokkummaan humna ergaa jedhu dabarsaa jechuudha according to Fayol principle. So Fayoliin spirit de corpus gaafa jedhu tokkummaan humna jechuudha. Gaafin itti aanu blank is a discount rate that equates the present value of the project's expected cash inflow to the present value of the project cost. Blank is a discount rate that equates the present value of the project's expected cash inflow into the present value of the project cost. Payback period, net present value, internal rate of return, discounts, payback period. So hopefully internal rate of return akka jettan abdiin qaba maaliif it is a discount rate that equates the present value of the project expected cash inflow jedha waan ta'eef kan be associated with internal rate of return wajjin adeema jechuudha. Gaafin itti aanu the Ethiopian government plan to develop a geothermal power plant to tap into a clean energy source. The project requires substantial funding for drilling, power plant construction, transmission of infrastructure. Consider the long-term nature of the project. How could the loan from the Development Bank of Ethiopia benefit the project compared to the securing equity of finance? A. Loan financing from Developmental Bank of Ethiopia can offer potentially lower interest rate and a longer repayment period compared to equity. Loan repayment are not required if the power plant is not identifiable. Equity financing allows for more government control to the project. Equity financing provides immediate access to all required funds. The loan financing from DAP can offer potential lower interest kan jedhu kun sirriidha. Gaafin itti aanu a feature of management by objective or MABO encompasses the following except A. Management by objective is systematic and rational. B. Management by objective focuses on goal or how goals are to be accomplished. C. Management by objective emphasizes participative goal setting. Management by objective focused on focus on what is accomplished there. Kanaaf the feature of management by objective kan hin taane jechuudha gaafichi. So management the so-called management by objective focuses on how goal are accomplished kan jedhu kuni sirriidha. How the goal is accomplished kan jedhu irratti hin xiyyeeffatu sila ta'eefi so isheen kuni sirriidha jechuudha. Gaafin itti aanu in Ethiopia, different decisions were passed by different institutions in order to save lives. The consequences of this decision are still negatively affecting sectors like education sector and so on. During this reason, most managers do not know what they will decide about their business to keep profitability and stay in the market. They cannot forecast the consequences of decision passed by them in the ruling government on the future fates of their organization. Such decision is known as A. Decision passed under uncertainty, decision passed under risk environment, decision under safe environment, and decision under certain environment. Jara kanaaf gaaffii sirriitti yoo ilaaltan decision akkanaa kuni decision under uncertain environment jechuudha. Certain environment. Malif in Ethiopia, different decisions were passed by different institutions in order to save lives. The consequences of this decision are still negatively affecting sector like education sector. During the season, most managers do not know what they will decide about the business to keep profitability in the state market. So the answer must be Gaafin itti aanuun the personal role in the buyer decision making process where the person whose view or advice affects the buying decision. Decider, buyers, initiator, influencer jedha kuni salphaadha influencer ta'a. Gaafin itti aanu From the following, which one is not the reason for forming group? A. To share private information. B. To status, power, economic reason. So obviously, status, power, and economic reason can be for the formation of group. It is must. But to share the private information, we can produce or we cannot form what? A group. When the firm is at the initial stage of the export market environment, the best pricing strategy it should be fixed variables, marginal, and the full cost in the when the firm is an initial stage of the export marketing involvement, the best pricing strategy is marginal pricing strategy. Kanaaf gaafileen 25 marraaf hojjechuu barbaanne kana fakkaatu. Paartii 14ffaatiin kan itti deebinu ta'a. Kanaaf gaafii yoo qabaattan comment section jalatti kaa'uu dandeessu. Video like godhaa, channel subscribe godhaa. Bakka jirtanitti nagaa.